Hey guys, we'll be ready in just a minute. AR, why don't you try talking?
Okay, I suppose. Do I have to?
Theoretically.
Mm.
Dev, anything to say? Or are you still
I
wandering off
have
for
delicious
cranberries?
pineapple juice.
Yeah, I don't like cranberries at all, to be honest.
Thing is, I don't like cranberries or straight cranberry juice, but I really like the mixes. So, like, cran peach and cran
Oh,
apple are really
oh my
nice.
god, is this our pomegranate conversation again?
Probably, I would not be surprised.
I like how 5 minutes before the show, the noise reduction failed and I had to reinstall it.
Fun.
Woohoo! Like 5 minutes ago or just now?
At 6:49, when I was opening stuff up for one last check because there had been a program update, and I checked earlier, everything was fine on the video because I didn't think to check the audio stuff because I have to check that when we start no matter what. And
Okay.
then when I did it, I was going to make sure to see if the inputs had been set. I'm like, why is that grayed out? Oh no. Quickly close the program, find the thing, reinstall it, and everything seems to be working now. Although apparently now I can set it to remove room echo, which we don't tend to have, so I didn't turn it on. We will wait until someone confirms they can hear you guys also, since a lot of this had to be redone on the fly. Although it seemed to come out reasonably well. Let's see here.
Oh my god, I just vacuumed this yesterday. How's the dog get so much goddamn hair on my floor?
Oh, don't say that. I vacuumed yesterday too.
I've I've done cleaning up the last few days, and like dust has just reappeared. And it's like just cleaned everything. Why here again?
Well, because in the act of cleaning, more dust will be stirred up just from like the depths
I
of wherever it
disagree.
was
It's a
hiding.
conspiracy against me. Okay,
Exactly.
they can hear us. You guys ready to go?
Hold on.
Minus AR dying.
One more. One
Rest in
more drink
pieces.
before we get started.
I'm grabbing drink also, but I have the noise reduction on, so won't hear it. Hey.
Gobble gobble.
It has been way too hot. It is.
Yeah, it's September in the Northeast. It should be in the 60s. It's in the 90s.
Yeah, we've been getting 3 digits, and then at 2 a.m. it will be 80 degrees with humidity, and it just is disgusting. Just,
I miss wearing sweaters during fall.
I miss not melting into the pillow.
I have like cooling gel pillows and everything, so thankfully I will survive.
While we wait for AR, I like how I get notifications of
What
posts.
are you waiting for me for?
You said you were getting a
Oh,
drink
we
or
thought you were
something.
getting drink.
No, I said I was taking a drink. I
Oh,
have a drink. I have
Oh, we thought
water.
you
oh,
were like
yeah, yeah.
leaving the
Eh,
room to retrieve a drink.
Oh no! I did that already.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Little Podcast. We're here to entertain, inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark, Runner with the Will, and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm AR Pulver. This is the greatest show.
I am DevQ, and I'm glad they didn't kill off one of my favorite Digimon on screen this time.
Your comment this time, AR, is a blatant lie.
It's hard to go beyond that reference in a podcast like this.
Yeah. And also, they need to stop announcing stuff right around when we start recording.
Oh no.
No,
Oh
they
boy.
announced something like half an hour ago, and we'll just cover it next
Oh.
time. It is not quite at the level of, oh, this is actually like insanely important, and we have to like stop to actually do it. It's fun. It's figures. It's just not anything we have to specifically stop about right now.
No ESPN breaking news drop here.
Breaking news: you'll never guess who gets a Shoto figure
It's Omegamon.
for the second time,
I
and also
assume a big one this time.
no, same size.
Oh.
And it comes with Imperial Dramon Paladin mode,
Ooh.
Huh.
which is a nice little set. But yeah, they even point out he got one already. And then we have
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be Alter S.
no. And then, hey, it's Paimon.
Yes.
No one saw this coming.
Yes.
It's too bad it was not in a better episode.
Yeah, it's just like, here, have Piedmon flexing for half an hour, and that's about the whole episode.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't have much to say about this one because, like,
I liked his human
I'm
disguise. That was
flexing for
very
half
fun.
an hour.
like, there's parts of the episode that do not service the plot or the characters in any way. They're there to fill out time, like the whole, okay, it's apparently a secret circus that just shows up, but
Just been done before.
it starts
Like,
with them
didn't
already
we go
there.
over this with the fortune
Yeah,
teller's tent
the
thing?
Fellasmon, yeah. Yeah, that was the secret tent that just shows up randomly and you have to find it. But this time it's a circus. Except they abandoned the circus concept halfway through and it's like, nope, we're just gonna have a card game.
And before then, QC codes or QR codes.
Oh yeah, it's QR
I'm
codes
not
too.
sure why that was necessary in the first.
This was
the
the
first,
whole circus concept felt like the setup to a Simpsons episode where they're going to abandon it halfway in and we're going to do something completely different.
Yeah, so we have
It's time to duel.
See, effectively, the entire setup is just, hey, kids are being turned into cards, Yug. And also Opossumon is there for some reason that I'm not sure Opossumon does anything. I cannot remember Opossumon actually doing something in the episode.
It holds balloons.
I have 2/3 of the way through the episode, I vaguely recall seeing an Opossumon, and then it wasn't until like the very end when it's like, okay, there was an Opossumon there.
Yeah. And then Mephismon is there also.
Sure, because why not? It's a rather strange motley crew. I was kind of amused by the rogues gallery here.
And also, for some reason, they need Airdramon to rush them. Like they're like a few blocks away. You don't need Airdramon for that.
They're doing a better job establishing Airdramon as a recurring ally than they are with Espimon.
I'd say better than they have with Ruli, frankly.
Oh god. Ouch.
Like, okay, Paimon is making his deck. Anyone who makes it across gets turned into the cards. And Gormon's very upset by this, and he gets kidnapped.
It's a Ghost Game episode, yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen this before.
I'm trying to remember why they took Angoramon. I actually don't remember.
Because he's kind of interesting.
He got nosy.
Was it just he was connected to Ruli? Like, I don't remember why he was actually... I'm sure there was a reason, I just don't remember it.
It was just kind of like, oh, well, we're already here, so...
And then we get the card game, and we get the Angoramon bunny.
Which is the best part.
Bunny was good. I liked the bunny.
And then Bettle's...
an accurate representation.
And then Bettle's there very quickly. And
it's weird that Bettlemon was the primary combatant in this entire episode. It still feels like he didn't do a whole lot.
Also, am I wrong, or was the entire reason why Paimon became interested in dealing with them at all was because one of them evolved?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then...
I actually kind of love that he was just going to blow them off originally. Yeah. He was like, oh, there's kids with Digimon partners here. It's like, whatever.
And then
just ignore them.
And then Ruli volunteers for the card game, and Paimon snaps, and we get the card table with the nice arena, which kind of forgets that it's a circus. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, I'm trying to decide in my head what card games. I'm like, if it's just high-low, I'm just going to sigh. And
guess what?
High-low.
High-low.
And that's probably all they could.
Oh, I know, but it's just...
I was half expecting this episode to end with Paimon joining the World Poker Tour.
It's just so weird because...
Like, get yourself a better game, dude.
The whole plot is about him making a card deck. And all he wants to do is play high-low. That's what that was all for.
Probably because with other ones, it would be easy to say, oh, you're cheating.
But they never did. You're cheating. No one cheated in it. He was 100% honorable.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which I saw some people complimenting. I'm like, no, it's not really that interesting if he's not going to cheat.
Yeah,
Like Ruby
it's
won because she got lucky.
it was literally just a card game of no effort. Like that's the weird thing is you
they went through they took so long explaining the rules of high-low and and they were really adamant about making sure to emphasize that there were no jokers in this game. So you're all assuming that Joker's going to show up at some
no,
point for some
but here's the
reason.
thing. They also
Because
set up
Digimon is a Joker.
They also set up another potential thing to fuck up the card game is the idea that it's the actual kids and like they scream
Really
when she
can
reaches
hear
for the
them.
cards. No, that's what I
Mhm.
mean. Like maybe that's gonna be a plot thing. Like maybe a kid's gonna scream at like try to signal Ruli, or like it's gonna try to throw her off. Paimon making them scream. There's nothing.
I think it was supposed to try to throw her off. She did seem a little
What?
taken aback by
Well,
that, but
no,
she got over
but
it.
I don't think that was on purpose. That's just the deck of cards he was making.
It's just being spoopy, is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's. And then
I was hoping because it's like the brave kids that get across become the highest
The high
ranking
cards.
cards. So
Yeah.
I was assuming it's like, oh, I made a cross, or it's like the voice of the girl who made a cross.
But
It's like,
then-
oh, okay, that's probably an ace.
But then also it's like, really like, we'll raise the wager. Paimon agrees, and he's like, I'm going to raise it also. And then it just moves
That wasn't
on.
the way. Like, wait. I also like that wasn't the wager to begin with. I went Angoramon.
Yeah, I was kind of confused.
That wasn't the initial wager.
No, the initial wager was for Angoramon. The later one was for the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she didn't quite realize the cards are children.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
Which is weird because I thought she knew that. I don't know. It was weird. But
I'm pretty sure she saw, or Angoramon saw the kids being turned into. I don't know if she knew that.
And then we get to see while Bettel fights the exciting high-low, and the twist is that whoever wins, the other team gets a energy sword through them.
Gets a sword through their back.
Yeah, and then
handicap.
Nice twist. Very Yu-Gi-Oh.
Although here's the weird thing: so they set up that he has like the whole squad to help him, Paimon, right? Mm-hmm. But like Lynxmon gets hit like 2 or 3 times. Like after the first time, I thought he was defeated, and then like Opossumon was gonna jump in.
Well, because he has a sword through their back doesn't mean they're defeated.
No, but yeah, that's the framing of it. Is that they're trying to defeat Bettel, they're taking him down, but also he's taking them down one by one.
He's a big kitty. He might need to get stabbed twice.
Yeah. And then the very instant Paimon pulled a king, I knew there'd be no twist.
Yeah, and he started gloating about it like he doesn't know there's an ace in there. It's your deck, idiot.
Yeah, but like that is like the fun part of that is that you're not you don't logically expect an ace, but the instant he pulled a king, it's like
a king. There's like, of course it's going to be an ace. She's going to do her heart of the cards moment. And it's going to be an ace, and everything's going to be great.
I was hoping it would be another king.
See, here's the thing. They don't detail anything enough in the card game to do anything creative with it.
Ah, shame.
They don't establish what happens in a tie.
Half it was filler.
Yeah. And then he loses, he laughs, and then Mephismon. It's kind of weird. Like, you'd think like they would know, like they work for Paimon. They apparently know how he operates. Mephismon's just like, fuck that shit. And then Simbare's there, and then Lemorimon, and then Lemorimon starts striking him a few times, and then Paimon grabs Mephismon into cards like he apologized. I apologize that my associate's a prick.
They just really needed Lemorimon to show up in that.
Yeah,
like Rudy was the big damn hero in this one. Like, you might as well have Lemorimon show up. And then it would be weird without him.
And then he says goodbye to them. Hero recommends he buys cards, and he's like, and then they all vanish.
Yeah, I was expecting that halfway too. Like, is this going to be something where Hero is just going to tell him, just buy your own damn cards? You don't have to.
Well, so here's the thing. That's actually where you could have done something interesting with the plot. Does he need card? Like, do they have to be magic cards? Or is it just like what were the fuckers, the siblings, where they weren't aware you could just buy alcohol?
Oh yeah, those two. Yeah.
Where they,
I was expecting that. I'm glad that wasn't the signature part of the getting Paimon to turn good. But
no, but that's what I mean. Like, is he unaware that you could just get cards?
Well, considering that he runs a business, which is a circus, I think he knows you can buy cards, but they don't scream the same way.
Yes, but
I mean, you
also,
could buy.
but he apparently needs these special cards just to play high-low. Like, at least have it be like something interesting. And then for Hero Study Foul, we get Paimon.
Clown.
Very dumb episode. I am beginning to appreciate that Rudy's getting all the show's hold my beer moments.
Yeah,
I do like that.
the first part was slow, didn't do anything. The climax worked, except that the climax doesn't really like match the episode.
No, not at all.
And like Paimon seems to only stick to his word because there's no time to do anything else. So it's like, okay. And then we get
Good.
5 seconds of Lemortmon beating up Mephismon, and then that's it. And then so here's the thing: the most insulting part of the episode, though, we haven't even mentioned. The last episode ends with like a setup with Espimon. Espimon's not even in the episode except the flashback where he just went, yeah, whatever, see ya. It's like, why?
But he does. But he still manages to throw in, I'm still looking for the real hero. Fuck you.
Yes, but like that was like how the prior episode ended. It ends with them mysteriously finding Espimon there, who's sitting there like he has something to say.
No, nothing.
No, he doesn't.
Not only that, we don't even know what he actually said. The scene they show is after that. Is a few minutes later when he just decides to fuck off and leave, so there's no reason for him to be there in the first place.
I think we've established last episode that Espimon is pretty much worthless.
Still, but it's just so stupid. Like,
it's annoying because we expected him to be worthwhile, but no, he's worthless.
No, but it's like Paimon, like in a better episode, that would have been like that was a great.
Paimon, if like this was an entertaining Paimon.
Yes.
If Paimon in Adventure was Tim Curry in It, this episode was Paimon being Tim Curry in Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Yes.
That's what this was. It's still entertaining.
No, so
it's just very different.
Yeah. At one point, the episode title was going to have Tim Curry in it.
Why doesn't it?
I removed it. No, I removed it because I decided there was other stuff this week to get the episode title. And honestly, I would rather wait and hope that we will see a better Paimon show up that gets more to do than not. Because it was a good Paimon is the part that annoys me the most. It was a good Paimon in a mediocre episode.
This episode I think this episode title now needs to just be the gif of Tim Curry doing space.
And then okay, are you ready for the best cast section we've had in a long time?
Of course I am. There's a lot of there are a lot of voices in this.
Yes, I had to spend a decent amount of time on this. Okay. Kazuhiro Yamaji was Paimon. We recently heard him as the professor in Digimon Survive.
And wasn't he also I think he might have also been Paimon in Survive, was he?
I don't
think the other one was like a slightly deeper voice.
I don't recall, and I couldn't comment if Paimon spoke in Survive and what he may say.
Okay.
And he has so many VA roles, it's psychotic. Just a handful. He's Hit in Dragon Ball. He's Sid in any Final Fantasy VII related stuff where he talks. Gildo in One Piece, Silver Fang in One Punch Man, and he had a massive section of foreign stuff he's dubbed for.
Oh no!
I had to limit it to just a handful. He had so many. It was amazing. Are you ready?
Is one of them Frankenfurter?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Bane in Dark Knight Rises. He's Darth Maul in almost anything Darth Maul shows up in. He's Deckard Shaw in Fast and Furious. In the live-action films, he's Wolverine. In the Godfather films, he's Michael Corleone. In various Spider-Man films, he's Norman Osborn. Which feels like it ties into Paimon of this episode relatively well. He was the 9th Doctor in Doctor Who. Tony Montana in Scarface. I had to stop because of how many dub roles he does. Jiro Saito's Mephismon in their first appearance. Theo in Attack on Titans. They've done various Transformers, Shockwave, Soundwave, Megatron, Convoy in different places.
Ooh.
Not any Megatron or Convoy you'd be familiar with, though.
Ah, dang.
Ryoko Shiraishi returns once again as a
Oh,
Passamon.
I did look. I did look it up. The professor and Paimon have different voice actors in Survive, so
That's what
it's
I
not the same one.
thought. And of course, she was a Passamon in Hunters and Adventure 2020.
I like that consistency.
And her wide range of roles, even just from Digimon, are Akari and Mervamon in Cross Wars, Sora in Adventure 2020, the player character in Redigitize. She was Yukiha in Survive, and she's had many other Digimon roles. And she's been in Beyblade, Fafner. She was in the 2018 version of Kitaro. She's Hayate in Hayate the Combat Butler, Kaede in Negima. And are you ready for the biggest dubbed over role she has? I saw this and I'm like, I'm only doing this one. It's not a show I watched much of, but I know people will be amused when they hear it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, God,
Okay.
why?
Yeah. Then Tayuki Kondo was Flow Wizardmon in his first Digimon role. He's Papo and Anohana, Goki and Arya the Scarlet Ammo, Go and Godanner, Kantaroth and Metabots, Suichiro and Prince of Tennis, and then for the one to end it, in games and audio dramas, he's Phoenix Wright.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Kokoro Kikuchi's Tobu Catmon. Some very familiar Digimon roles here. Are you ready?
Yeah, their voice sounded really familiar. I just couldn't place it.
Kokuamon X and X Evolution, Chica and Savers.
Kokuamon X. I don't even remember that being voiced.
It stands there and it like makes noises, I believe. Okay, and then
he gets like 2 lines before he gets murdered.
Yeah, and then for Cross Wars,
I mean, it's X Evolution. That's the assumption.
And then for Cross Wars, there's Sparrowmon, Pikmon, Monemon, and plenty others. And then of course they were Cupimon in 2020, and then their biggest Digimon role, Gatchmon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, that explains the familiarity.
Yes.
Yep.
And then a couple of non-Digimon roles. She was Potpourri in Heartcatch Pretty Cure, and she's Sarada in Boruto. And then last one, Taro Yamaguchi's Lynxmon. Earlier in Ghost Game, he was Elephantmon.
I was like, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah. And while I listed various names, I'll just list one, which I know that Dev will appreciate. He's Geld in Slime.
Ooh. Yes, I can definitely hear that.
Yes. And the next time we get Human Hunter. That's
heartwarming.
The thumbnail that they chose for the trailer, the drawing is not the best to use there because the shading looks off. And that could be stylistic, but we will see. And then they finally translated the DigiFest trailer officially, and then people got confused trying to figure out what it meant. Because
bad news for you. It's like a month old now.
Because well, that's the thing. At the end of the trailer in Japan and in English, they're like, the next stage begins, and the entire point of the next.
To figure out what they mean by phenomenon.
And the entire point of the next stage is that it's all three of them can fight together because they're all perfect.
Yeah. Instead, the next stage is already. We're already in the next stage.
Yes. Instead, you have people arguing, trying to debate what it means for the story when we're already a month past it.
It's all clips from past episodes. You're not going to get any information here.
Oh, no. Past episodes, except for when it first aired, it showed off the three of them side by side for the first time, which had not aired yet. But that is it.
Well, by the time we got it, it was. Yes. It's all past episodes.
It's passed by.
So there's no new information in this at all. It's still a pretty good trailer.
It's a fun trailer. It'd be better if it was a new song, because the issue is we've heard that song so much at this point.
I
don't know. I think the usage of the song in this trailer works better for me than the usage of the song in Ghost Game.
Yes, yeah. I don't disagree, but it would have more. It's sort of like when we first got the trailer with Break the Chain. It partially worked so well because we hadn't had it drilled into our head yet.
Yeah.
And that's a better song anyways.
Yeah. And also because in Ghost Game the song isn't maybe used quite as extensively.
Well, it's used
frequently, but not always for long stretches of time. So to get
I
like
would
a
agree with that.
long 2 minute stretch with the song, I was kind of into that.
I would agree with that. And then we got the info like right as we were getting ready to stop last time. The Digimon Color V pets. I
Color.
will say I actually like the effort and thought put into a lot of this.
They look cute,
Where
and I'm sure a lot of VPET collectors will greatly enjoy them.
oh, they're already complaining. Not the
Well, they
people,
can go with
not the
themselves.
people who like really pay attention. The people like the last one had like 100. Why is this one back to 18? Because that was meant to be an anniversary thing, and they just keep releasing it. I actually think there's some actual. I think it's too expensive, but I think that's what it was always going to be. I think there's some nice thought here, like where the USB-C connection is. That's a rechargeable battery. The slight tweak to the lineup works well. I think the teasing that if they sell, we may do more. Wink, wink.
Get me a color pendulum 3.0.
Yeah, I would assume that they're talking about the 3 and 4 and 5, not pendulum, at least for now.
Well, I want pendulums.
Yeah. And a couple people have noted these are not the same color sprites we tend to see. Like they've been revised and improved.
Yeah.
The one that people seem most excited about was Bancho Mamimon. Apparently, I don't remember exactly what his color sprite looked like before, but apparently it was quite poor compared to this one. Yeah.
I don't remember what it looked like.
Yeah,
So.
I don't remember what the old one looked like. But
I
this one
think
is,
I
is
think the
damn
way they
cute.
colored the hat, it didn't look really good. Was I think where a lot of the issues. But yeah, it looks nice. I will say I don't know. It's a. I understand the logic of the mystery Digimon, wink wink mystery. If you combine them, I just give the backgrounds. Don't make people jump through hoops for that. I would say. Because if you connect a 1 and a 2 together, then you can have your 2 use the 1's background and the 1 use the 2's background. How about just let people switch the backgrounds? And, like, I get jumping through the hoop for the fancy hidden Digimon. Just give people the backgrounds, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, they want you to spend more money, so.
Yeah. And they're also giving away a nice new Shikishi of Tyrannomon. I will say I do like some of the thought behind this stuff, though, to be quite honest.
If it wasn't so expensive, I would get one just for shits and giggles, but I don't really. Yeah.
Me getting this thing is like a collector thing. I don't know if I would ever actually use it. It will sit sad and unloved with any other V pets I have.
Oh, like the
I
one
only have one that I use, and even then, half the time it's on like freezer mode because I'm too busy.
I did hear what you said, AR.
Oh, like the one I have.
Yes.
I got one for Christmas. I have not opened it yet.
I got the Taco Bell colored one.
Yeah, so
Nice.
that really was like the one that when everyone saw the design, everyone like flipped out because that actually was really well thought.
It is my aesthetic.
Yeah. With exchange rates, these are about 60 each. And US pre-orders already opened, which was nice. 60 each isn't bad, especially with the cheaper, not having to do with intermediaries. Hopefully they do a translated manual, but we'll see. I actually think these are nice. I would like to see what they do with them in the future now that they exist. Like I know devs already made clear. I think the pendulum is what a lot of people would like to see, but that's where this
Yeah,
has to be
more the
successful
Digimon I
first.
like are in that set.
I will agree as long as there's a Pendulum Zero release. I like the Pendulum Zero.
Hell yes.
Yeah. And those will show up in February. And then later that night, they did the anniversary program, quote unquote, night one, like they said, where they went over that. They went over tons of stuff. And I chose to not stay up for it. I had I just didn't think I would do well that night. I was tired anyways. My inkling was that since they had already announced a huge thing, we would not get any huge announcements, and I was correct. It was basically going over stuff we knew. And then I woke up and just spent 15 minutes scrubbing through it to find what I needed. Hurrah.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Congrats, you got more sleep.
Yeah. And they have not explained yet why it says night 1. We can guess. But you think like they would end night 1 to be like, and check out in a month when wink wink. Putting the name there, not doing anything, it was weird. And then Vital Bracelet BE, they showed off basically how battles would work. It's about as you'd expect. I'm just amused by the visuals, to be honest. Especially when they show off that you can battle with 2, and they show the full color Gamamon with the Pulsemon.
That's cute.
Yeah. And then early today, fun news for those in the UK. Bandai Shop UK will be bringing the Digimon Color to the UK.
Good job.
They
You actually get
remembered.
stuff.
They remembered England exists.
My favorite part though is in Bandai UK, they must have read all their stuff through a spell checker. It changed color to the British spelling, even though this is actually like the name of the thing. Because someone has like an English to British English like converter, and
Sure.
Yeah.
so all their
Like, here's a U and an E and all these extra things.
yes. And at roughly the same time, they announced that they will also be bringing over the Imperial Dramon Shoto figure, and later in the week they'll have a Vital Bracelet BE announcement. I expect the 25th anniversary thing, but we will see. And
I
then
really just want to get my hands on, like, the standard version with the pretty colored bands.
they haven't said much about that one. They've like really focused on the Digimon one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the pendulum keychains are allowed. I actually really like these. Although I'm very confused by I've seen multiple people say that why did they put the Cyberdramon image on one that isn't the 5.5, and it is. I've seen like 10 people confused by this, and I don't get if I'm missing a joke or something. Because the version of the
I feel like I can get
5.5
a case of these.
the version of the 5.5 they use is the Grand Prix one, the one that was like super hard for everyone to find.
Yeah, you can see with the D1 background on
Yeah.
it.
I've seen multiple people like confused why Cyberdramon isn't on a 5.5, and that's what that is. I keep wondering if there's some like joke I'm missing. Also, Paimon.
Yes.
I always
That's
forget.
lame.
I always forget that's his sprite
It's just, what the fuck is this?
because
Right?
it's such a generic clown that you like have to like remember that that's actually what he like the sprite looks like.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad when they got around to doing, like, the actual art of the characters, they did not stick with that.
Yeah. Okay, so 7 of these. If you were to get one, which would you want?
Definitely, Paimons. No hesitation.
I think I like the Deep Savers one, honestly. Just the color plus the Marine Angemon. That's a choice.
I would say the 5 or the 0. I like both those schemes. I actually really like the red on black a lot.
Red on Black's a classic.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
What's funny is I actually really like the color scheme of the D1 Grand Prix one, but I think the background makes it so you can't really see Cyberdramon all that well.
Yeah, it's a cloud. It really clouds things up.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, like, in person, there's, like, a little bit better contrast.
You'd hope so.
So this is bad for you, Dev, because they end up being like 250. You may actually end up buying a few cases of them.
I'm so tempted.
I know. And then also earlier today, we got new Digimon Survivor art.
Which I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
surprised about.
Well,
This is nice.
my understanding, and Onke checked, it's just like the character prologue stuff that's in their profiles in the game, with nice little art pieces. The art's actually really good.
And apparently it kind of goes together, all the images.
Not as well as you think. I've seen people try editing it. Without playing around, you can't make them fit together because some of the stuff's repeated with characters erased out.
Uh, okay.
It's where it's the same background, and they placed each of them there based on what they were drawn. But I think the one that people was the grass for crap, I don't remember which one, is like the same grass in another, but it's laid out in a way where they would be covering it. So yeah, it's where the
It
art.
still wouldn't surprise me if they did have a composite image of this.
Oh, I'm sure they do. It just won't have them all in the exact same places they're in now.
Right.
Yeah. This is where the background was drawn, each character was drawn in the pose, and it was placed where it was placed for impact for this. This is what where there really should be like a poster image they do.
Yeah.
Because like very
I
striking
want
art.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they'd sell a ton of them. Although Siakuman seems to be like freaking people out.
Just staring into your soul.
Well, they
Yeah.
seem to be unaware that the clam wouldn't have bones, so it could actually move around like that.
Mm-hmm.
So people are
Like,
like,
have they never actually eaten clams?
so I've seen,
Shakamon playing peekaboo
Yeah.
while Miyu is conquering the world somehow.
yes, but yeah. Oh no, I see. One of the things I really do like is there's some really good dynamism from the poses. We're like, feels like Lopmon could be bigger now that I'm looking at it though.
It feels like he's like farther away in the
Yeah,
background.
Lopmon
Yeah.
I think is further in the background,
Shuji's
and
like, fuck this little bunny.
Yeah.
Shuji is Shujiing it up in his pose.
Yeah, that's neat. And then we get cards. So
many pretty cards.
Bearmon and Grismon. I like both these. Then Grappleomon. It's always nice to see Grappleomon.
It really is.
And then Marsmon got a neat card. Although a lot of people didn't seem aware that he had like a human mouth.
Really?
Well, because like usually the profile art is so low quality, you don't really notice.
Yeah, apparently
it's also just kind of a thing you get used to with Olympus 12 Digimon.
Yeah. And then Analog Man gets his card.
Very fun, but unexpected.
Yeah, that's one that you really didn't expect. Gigadramon and DG Dimension, which, one of those game attacks. It does feel like it might have worked better had they like framed it so that it was the same one. Like I get what they went for visually, but it feels weird how many like cards show up in the set and it's like 1 degree off. So Mugen gets great art all the time.
As it deserves.
That looks great. Then Pyokomon and Akiho. Pyokomon gets nice art. Akiho gets leftover art from Redigitize.
Yeah.
Birdramon and Garudamon both look good, and Akiho actually gets new art in them. And then we get to see Hoomon and Crimson Flame. I'm enjoying.
Like with the Nigo ones, I'm pretty happy seeing like the tamers in their Digimon cards.
Yeah,
they need to do that more often.
Yeah, they really do because it looks so good. Like I'm happy that Dracomon and Metal Greymon plus Cyber Launcher. We're getting into these.
Hail Blue Flare.
It's a cross, but it's functionally just a Digimon holding a weapon. Like I'm okay with it as long as that's what we're doing. I'm okay with it though.
Yeah, we know the idea.
There's some I want to fucking see. Better not wait that long for
a railgun.
Better not wait that long for Darulu launcher.
Yep.
And
all the cute babies in Dracomon's card.
The best part of Dracomon's card is the Agumon just there in the background. And then I don't know why I like Zeke Raymon's card. There's nothing like that special about it. It just looks really nice.
Nice dynamic shading.
Yeah.
Usually it's just like overly super shiny in the rest of its art. This one has like more of a beaten kind of matte finish.
And then we get Tunomon and Dokunemon. I don't have much to say about the Dokunemon one because he's not really doing much. It mostly reminds me of like a what is it, Metapod? It just looks like it's standing there like in curling up. Like I know it's running, but
Metapod, use Harden!
exactly. Then Soulmon and Dark Lizamon.
I like these, they're fun.
It has a hat. And then Angry Coromon and Metal Greymon X Virus.
Mhm.
He's so upsetty,
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
And then I like when we see new Asmaria X art and when he's like changing up his style. Like it doesn't 100% look like what you expect from him. Bit more pastel-y and everything.
Yeah, like watercolory.
And then we get Agumon X Black and Greymon X Blue, our fancy new Digimon of the week.
I just like the whole horde of them.
I like how it tells the story between them. Because there's
Mhm.
4 on the first one and only 3 on the Greymon card.
Like, oh, one of them grew up.
In
He's
fact,
still
He's a
angry.
big boy now.
in fact, looking at the first card, if you look at the Agumon on the top right, that looks nearly the same as the yellow Agumon on the other card. Where it's like
Oh my god, you're right.
I'm pretty sure it is in fact different art, but it's the same artist and it's in the same style, so like it just looks like it to me. And then Black War Greymon X with Yuya. I will say this is where they need to be like more open to moving the sample because a lot of people did not notice Yuya was there because blending
Yeah,
in.
I didn't notice that at first either.
Yeah.
It's another one. It's like, hey, it's got the tamer in it,
Yeah.
and no,
And
it's
then
the letter S.
and
Yep,
then
same.
and then after impressing us with that, we get Yuya with their redigitized art.
Yep, that's just regular Yuya.
And Hades Force, which is a nice move to show visually. Just Black War Greymon X is shooting off every Dark Gaia Force he can. And then Hercules Kabuterimon X. That's one we don't see a lot of.
Like a spiky buggy boy.
Yeah. And then we go to where I was saying like some of the cards are like 1 degree off, and then we get High Mega Blaster with normal Hercules Kabuterimon, but with really fucking good art. Like every image this guy does, the colors are just done like so well. But doesn't it feel like it should be like a card featuring X? It just feels like that to me. And then earlier today, we got Clavis Angemon, and he's standing there being Clavis Angemon. It's
It
weird,
has
like
that
it's weird. The pose makes perfect sense and everything, but also like I can't think of anything to say about it because it's exactly what I would expect.
He is certainly clavicing.
Yes. And then we got to see the event cards for Magic Bullet, and we've seen these. It's they could have done
I
new
went up.
art. They could have done new art. These are
Eh.
the normal art for the characters from Booster 6 and EX2.
It says winner on it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It doesn't say winner well. It's just that's the only place it would fit on the card. And a rare case when they actually moved the sample text over, but they also moved it over on Impmon, who has nothing there. It's like they just laid it out on. They just did like a batch command.
Honestly, yeah.
Well, and here's what's weird about that. It's the same card. So whoever put the Magic Bullet logo actually put like care to like put it exactly where it belongs when the sample is just batched. But see, I would say just put winner like next to the Magic Bullet logo. Don't you think so?
Yeah, but then he'd be covering a part of his butt.
I guess. Then Fun Digico went over a number of things this time. Like it's like weird filler episode. I think they skipped one last week saying it would be delayed, so they kind of just combined stuff this time. Card Battle went over Card Battle this time. It went over popular decks and what to do with them before they have their big event, so that makes sense. And then who doesn't love vine cord bracelets, which I don't like. They look neat, but I don't give a shit. But I will say
they exist.
they look nice. I like that they always put thoughts into the colors of the gems and everything.
Yeah.
Like they always put in good effort into these. The one thing
some people really like bracelets.
Oh no,
like, I work at a craft store, so but I don't get it.
So it's not my thing. A number of people have been like trying to figure out how to order these. They're so not used to using intermediaries that even that's confusing them a bit, because it feels like this is the type of thing where you'd want to open up international ordering for it, because there is no language stuff here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dev, if you were to get one, which would you get?
Ken.
AR? I actually think the Miyako one's probably the nicest.
I was like,
to be honest.
the Miyako one is probably that's probably closest to my style.
You know what I actually don't like about these though, and maybe it's where like the style just doesn't fit with me, where they almost all have one color that's meant to represent something, but it makes it not match the bracelet.
A little bit.
Like if you look at the Daisuke one, it has the orange one for the Crest of Courage, but it doesn't match like the blue.
The orange is, yeah.
Or Miyako has green.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of like weirdly throws it off.
Or the purple on Iori's.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're picking contrasting.
No, absolutely.
Colors.
It feels like it needs
like
more than one.
The other complementary colors are good. Like the yellow.
Looks the worst though.
The yellow on Miyako's is great.
Yeah. So pre-orders are open here. They'll be out January 18th. And not cheap. The current exchange rate, that's like 54, I think. Yeah. And then talk about stuff that people are going to overbuy through intermediaries. So first, okay, so let's go piece by piece here. It's some of the Digimon partners that's been voted for. The only one item that's been voted on for hasn't shown up yet, and they're like, we'll update on that soon. So first up, the Kazuna phone cases. The first one is the iPhone 13, and they did all 8 Adventure Kids, which I admit I was not expecting all 8.
Yeah.
I assumed 2.
That's a reach.
See, I thought we might get 2 and also like Daisuke, one of the O2 design ones where it was slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But that would require them to make a slightly different design.
Yes. And the materials look good. It looks nice. It's the only issue is it's like, oh, we're doing an iPhone 13 case. And by the time you can buy it, the iPhone 14 will be announced.
When I saw the 2 different styles of case, I was hoping one of them would be like for Galaxies, but nope.
Yeah, the problem is there's too much range on Galaxy for a lot of companies to want to deal with that. Even here, they only... The 13 makes sense because that's a common one. The SE makes sense because you get 2 different SE models covered by it. But even still, like, I have an iPhone and neither of these would fit mine. So, I actually think the designs are neat. I would hope the reason why we're not getting the O2 Kids is they're saving for the movie.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
It depends if they still have those in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
They might have different phone cases in the movie.
Plus, then the Hero Otodama. So we were talking about this just a week or 2 ago. About we need to see more. So Offmon looks good, but kind of like gloopy.
It's fine.
Yeah. Gaomon is exactly what I would hope to see from Gaomon.
Yeah.
I just put a ball pit full of... I love it that much.
I think you cut out there a bit, Dev.
I want a ball pit full of them.
Yeah, Gaomon looks great. Gumdramon, is made by the face.
Gumdramon is
Made by the face.
disappointing.
The tail is what's disappointing about Gumdramon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we were guessing.
Yes.
It's like,
Here's
it's probably just gonna be a piece
Here's
of
the thing.
felt.
If someone likes the Gumdramon one, they're gonna like it because the face is perfect.
Face is very.
The problem
perfect,
is the tail is where they really need to like shine, and instead you just get the same flat thing as. Blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Shoutmon, I like Shoutmon, but it feels like the design is so sharp. It kind of like.
There's just not much else behind his
No,
head.
okay.
Really...
I figured out the issue. Are you ready? Shoutmon's design is so sharp and specific. This is like soggy Shoutmon.
Yeah.
Like everything is kind of like not quite as crisp as it needs to be for Shoutmon. It's a plush. You're not gonna get it, especially for like a little beanbag
It's
one.
like trying to do a plush of an X antibody.
Yes. You say that, but they're gonna do an Alphamon one someday.
And I want to see what they do with that, because good luck, especially if it was an Otadama.
Yeah.
Oh god, Royal Knight Otadamas. I mean, they already have some of them.
So the only one left is the Dorumon plush license.
Now I want an Examon Otadama.
Thing is, would it be like a giant pillow-sized one?
No, see, I think
no, it'd just be a regular tiny Examon.
See, here's the thing: you say that, but we all know that at some point they're gonna do an Alphamon one.
I mean, they better.
I kind of need one now.
And
I kind of need to see it.
And then for the poll results, I think we all called that the adventure stuff would split the vote, and that was probably by design.
It it was still very overwhelming for one of the adventure ones. Like it didn't split it as like it's still the Digivice still almost won.
Oh no, absolutely. So D-Arc 21%, Digivice 20, D3. I honestly thought the D3 was gonna take it away because like
I thought so too.
Because as far as playability went, that was the most fun one. It didn't require you to do other stuff.
Yeah.
D-Scanner had a good showing. Honestly.
That's fine. Yep.
Vital Bracelet honestly shouldn't have been there, but it had a good showing. Digivice IC and Crossloader about where it is. Here's the issue with the Here's the issue with the Crossloader. Not enough people.
Expensive as shit.
Not enough people have the Crossloader for it to actually have votes. The version complete about what, and Digivice colon about what you would expect also. Because one, it's like we always say, they're for favorites. There's too many here to actually get interesting votes for, I think. Although I think the D3 probably suffered from there being the version complete there. But definitely interesting results overall. I like it.
I expected that, like, as much as I love the D-Arc and playing with it, I expected it to be, like, fourth in line.
I expected it to be third behind the Digivice and D3, but I kind of suspected that even just taking away a little bit, the version complete would end up eating the lunch like that. And the Digivice V being there is still very weird, because that is functionally minus a couple of revisions from the last poll anyways.
Yeah.
And then we get a small batch. So first up, yes, Greymon X Blue exists now. And this is like a potpourri mishmash of bullshit, this one. So okay, first let's start. We get Greymon Blue, the blue version of Greymon, that's what this is, and it's an X form. It also has the red marks that various Agumon and Greymon X forms have, especially the black ones. It has design elements from the 2010 Greymon, the Crosswords
like
one.
Little kneecaps and a tail.
But it also has straps, which are generally associated with Saver's Geo Greymon. I actually think the design actually really works, despite there being so much. The texturing is nice also, I think, on the color.
Oh yeah, it's drawn really well.
Yeah, it works really well. And then on top of that, the pre-orders, I believe, closed for the Digimon plush, and they showed off a few images of it. It was too expensive. I didn't get it. I really wanted to though. If this showed up at
I
premium
want it, but I'm broke as
if
shit.
this showed up at premium Bandai USA, I would give a lot of thought to it. And then they showed off both Shikishi from the Vital Bracelet BE 25th anniversary set and the Digimon Color V Pets. There's a nice complementary thing to it where like the one associated with the black and white toy gets the color gets the black and white, and they're both different Tyrannomon images. And
Very fun.
it appears they copied the hand-drawn logo, and the thank you text is copied also.
Nice.
In fact, okay, on top of that thank you thing, go down to Kenji Watanabe's signature and look to the thing to the left of his little drawing of himself. Am I wrong, or is that copy pasted?
It looks copy
It
pasted.
Yes.
looks like it.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of artists
Oh,
just
no,
have
absolutely.
their signature as a brush stamp.
No, absolutely. It comes across slightly odder there with the logo and everything. And then a Cherubimon raid. This is the first Vital Bracelet raid in a while. They've all been like re-raids. And this one they tease that once past level 30, things get slightly more evil. That's
A
just,
lot more clowns.
and then
Gee, I wonder what's going to happen.
yeah, I know. To be fair, the image shows it, so there's not much teasing there. And then Natitex put up Ruli with the little bunny and Gormon. The look on her face is great
Which
there.
is perfect.
Yeah. And then Ake also put up art, and it's Ruli with the Digimon card game.
That's pretty cool.
And with some very
It's time to duel.
and some very specifically chosen cards.
Yeah.
Ruli's gonna send your ass to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. What I liked the best is they put the effort to actually do the perspective warp.
Yeah.
Like it works well, I think. And then have we gotten social art for Ghost Game for a while?
Not in
It's
a couple
been a
of weeks.
minute.
Yeah. We get the whole circus squad there, and in fact, the
The
whole
circus squad.
I don't know what else
Look
to
at
call them. I don't want to keep saying like Paimon and friends.
Clown Patrol.
Hugh Jackman.
And Tobu Catmon makes its first anime appearance, and it was almost relevant.
Very happy to be in the picture.
Yes.
It's a happy kitty.
And then we have questions. You guys in chat can throw those in. The first one, Diego let us know his candy collection is now up to 97 pieces if any of us want it.
Oh god, please no.
Eat some of it, please. It's okay, you can have some.
Diego, eat some and tell us how it is compared to what we said about the gum. Here's the thing. I won't say as I get older, but yes, if I'm eating candy, it's like stuff I'm specifically choosing. I'm not going to do it on Bandai's. We're including candy so we can claim it's a candy toy. I just look. He sent a photo. It's a nice photo. I get the feeling it tastes very chalky. You know what I mean? Like
a sad chiclet.
That was the gum.
Yeah, the gum was a sad chiclet. I thought I saved the photo to show you guys. I will show you guys later. But yeah, I don't think any of us have a use for 100 pieces of like toy candy. I would say enjoy it yourself.
Use as a weapon.
Or if you have a younger relative, get permission from their parents to give them like a handful. We're almost at the Halloween season for candy. That's the time to do it. Let's see. Sora wants to know what is our favorite Disney movie show of our. Oh, I thought it was childhood. What's the favorite of your kid AR is what they're asking.
No, I asked for clarification, and it's mine.
Oh, okay. So what is yours, AR?
My childhood favorite Disney movie, pretty sure was Aladdin growing up.
That was a good one. Dev?
I really like Hercules.
Oh, that's a good choice. It took me a little while to come around on Hercules, but I'm with you on Hercules now.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, I'm one of those weird children that could read at age 4, and I started running out of books in the house. So then my dad handed me like Bullfinch's Mythology, so
I
I
was
became
also
obsessed with
I was
mythology.
also one of those weird children that could read at age 4, but the Disney movies when I was age 4 were kind of crap, so
Let's see. See, I'm trying to think of mine. Is 11 too old to say that one?
You're under 18, it's still a child.
Toy
yeah,
Story.
yeah. Okay.
Because Toy Story, I
That's
enjoyed
fair.
it. Toy Story was also one that if I put the tape in and laid down, it was a rare time when I could actually fall asleep to like a movie relaxing to it.
Yeah, I
Fair.
can see that. It's
Yeah.
just like you
Fair.
know the whole thing by heart so much that it just like becomes white noise.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
question is are these still your favorite Disney movies?
I don't know.
Because I
There's
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Aladdin's my favorite now.
the issue is Disney, like even saying Toy Story for Disney for that era, it was something. It was more thought of as something Disney distributed, even though they owned it. Toy Story.
Yeah,
And
I'm
now,
not
like,
getting into all that, but
no, but that's what I mean. Like, okay, Disney now. What's my favorite Disney movie? They have so many fucking movies under their belt now. I wouldn't even know where to
right.
start.
A lot of the new ones are really good too. Like I am totally like give me Encanto and Zootopia and that stuff. I'm
Oh,
down with
I
that.
mean,
okay.
Moana is amazing.
Okay,
Moana's really
okay,
good,
I have
yeah.
a good one, but it's not one most people think of as a Disney movie. Muppet
Oh
Christmas
god.
Carol.
Cauldron?
Oh, that's good. Black Cauldron is officially Disney movie whether they want to acknowledge it or not. It's legit. It counts. No, Muppet Christmas Carol, that's a good
Yeah,
choice.
Muppet
It is
and,
technically Disney, yeah.
and since they're having a panel for 30th anniversary, maybe they will finally announce that they're reinserting the song that explains
Ooh.
why you should feel bad for Scrooge, which they removed.
Whoa. I forgot they removed that.
Well, that's the thing. They removed it theatrically because they were worried it would be slow for kids in theaters, and they put it
And
back
they're probably right.
when it was on home video.
Yeah, because I
But
remember all the times I've seen it had
yeah,
it in there.
once they went to do it in HD, they couldn't find the film for that scene anymore.
Oh, okay.
They found it and remastered a few years ago, but they haven't reinserted it except for some screenings. Like if you go and see it on Disney Plus, the scene's there as an
Yeah.
extra and it's remastered, but it's not in the movie.
Okay.
There's a panel like in a week that they're holding about the movie's anniversary. It's like,
I want to say because I remember seeing it. I think it might have been on like DVD or something.
yeah, DVD, you
Because
probably would have seen it.
I the version I saw had it.
Yeah. I think any 4:3 cropped version had it. The widescreen ones did not, I think. But yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol is such a good, enjoyable movie.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's one where I don't watch it all that much either, so like I can sit there and enjoy it because it's not something I will watch over and over and over.
I might watch that again this Christmas. I've been on a bit of a Muppets kick
Yeah.
lately.
Let's see. BRNT wants to know, do we see Ghost Game getting Jogger since it's a feature in the Vital Bracelet? I
I doubt it.
okay, if Jogger shows up, it's going to be in the format of Atmon, where it's just the friend shows
Yeah.
up for like here's the thing, like the friend will Espimon will show up and will Joggerus with Gamamon once to unlock Gamamon Super Ultimate Mega Mode.
Yeah.
Because there aren't enough Digimon characters who have done anything that it would be worth it character-wise to do.
Yeah.
Especially since
Like
there's 3 of them. Yeah.
Jogris in 02 was all about showing character development, and there really hasn't been
Yeah,
that much
Ghost
in
Game's
Ghost
not really
Game,
doing that.
so
Yeah. Then someone wants to know, they keep seeing people on social media saying 2023 is going to be the year of 02. Did they announce a date for the movie? No, they have not.
Nope.
People are just like going, well, there's a scene. It must be 2023.
yeah, they figure they must be far enough along, so it's got to be 2023. And Digimon fans have never been burned by that sort of
Yeah.
thing before.
So here's the thing.
Full steam ahead, everybody.
2023 is not impossible, but here's the thing. The director's also busy, and they've made it very clear they're not really doing shit without him. Like, he's working on Bleach right now. And there's
remember we were surprised how much they showed us.
Yeah.
We didn't think they were going to be as far. We didn't think they were going to show as much as they have.
And there's an interesting cheat. If they wait a year, it's the 25th anniversary of Adventure. 25th anniversary of Adventure is 2024.
Yeah. And it's unlikely that they're going to have another movie 2023 and 2024, so...
Because here's the thing. Anniversary advertising and a movie is extra license to print money.
It really is.
I'm not saying they're doing that for a fact because we honestly don't know. They may do 2023, have it be the year of 02 with the movie, and then do an anniversary year and just not have a movie, find something else to do.
Yeah. That would be also pretty funny. 25th anniversary of Adventure. Here's a movie with the O2 kids.
Yeah, but Digimon Adventure.
Oh, no, it still works, but...
Especially if 5 minutes into the movie, they then decide Tai Chi's going to be with them, which I would absolutely love just to see people flip out about.
What if they just throw in every single Tai Chi from the multiverse?
Yeah, and
that's the 30th anniversary.
And then Sora wants to know if we've ever seen the Spectrobes webtoons. I have not.
Nope.
Spectrobes?
I think that was
a children's toy.
I think that was a Nintendo DS game. Here, one sec. I'm looking. It was, although I don't remember it being anime people. I thought it was like what was the
Lego kind of looking things?
No. I thought it was like not black and white. One of those racing games. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Spectrobes much at all. Although it's apparently Disney.
Huh.
Yeah, not familiar with it.
Yep, never heard of it.
And then someone wants to know, they always see people asking us about discs. What do we think are the worst DVD, Blu-ray, 4K discs we've seen from video?
Can I be a brown noser and say the original, the first DVD release of Adventure?
Yeah, that one's not that bad. That, like, as far as composite video goes, that's what you expect it to be, is the thing.
I mean, I know it's you get what you get, but I can't think of a whole lot I've had that are like, holy crap, the video quality.
Okay, crap. No, I know one. Are you ready? The original DVD of Project A-ko that no one talks about and was so bad that when CPM did a proper DVD, they didn't use the A-ko poster art for the first time because the old DVD was so bad. They wanted to make sure people were aware it wasn't that. It was a capture of the tape, and the subtitles got more and more out of sync as the movie went on.
Fun.
It was like from 1998. And do either of you remember the cases that Warner used before they used proper DVD cases? Where it was like the 3-sided cardboard with the plastic snap?
Oh God.
Yeah.
It used that as far as I recall. There were no extras. It was just like
if I have any DVDs left that have that, I probably do somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. As for worst Blu-ray, Highlander season 1 on Blu-ray. I got that and actually mentally went temporarily insane. They upscaled tape to 720p. They didn't upscale it well. They didn't upscale to 1080 because to try to hide that it was an upscale to some degree, which they never really mentioned. The audio, it was like 3.0 or 4.0 when the DVDs had 5.1. And my personal favorite part, they couldn't crop it because the video quality was so bad, but they didn't want black bars. So they drew in CGI pillars onto the side. Just pillars sitting there the whole time. I literally went insane. And for 4K, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. It is
I don't know what's going on, but I've heard of that being a piece of shit.
It is an iffy quality upscaled the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray already had upscaled stuff from DVD and PSP resolution. There are some
I
like
can see that. I can see that causing problems.
yes, it just looked horrible. Um, yeah. Any other discs you guys can think of that were terrible for you?
Mm, I know there was
No.
some disc at some point where like it didn't even have a proper. It was some anime. It didn't even have like a proper menu, and some of the episodes were mixed up. But I can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
jeez.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird early anime discs, and I can imagine that happening there. I don't remember or know what that is specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
See,
either.
I was kind of a late adopter for DVD players, so
Yeah.
I
Okay.
had a PS2, so I used that for everything.
Here,
yeah, right.
here's a two-part question from Sora in their adventure to find out what we like. One, have we seen Oban Star Races? I've seen some of it. I like it. I kickstarted the Blu-ray, in fact.
I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it at least.
Yes.
I've heard the title. I know nothing about it.
Yeah. And then they want to know what is our favorite French show.
I'm gonna cheat and say Miraculous Ladybug.
I could cheat and say the Highlander TV series that was co-produced by the French, and half the episodes were in France. But I will say, see, I'm trying to think of like a show that's completely French, and my brain keeps jumping to like co-productions and stuff. Don't remember.
The only thing I could think of was maybe that it is French is like Code Lyoko or something, but I never
I was
watched it.
gonna say like Code Lyoko, Cyber Six, like some of those were
I think,
also French productions
yeah, everything I can think of was like a French production, and even like,
with co-productions.
yeah, and even the one AR mentioned that is like Toei.
Yeah, yeah, it's like French, American,
Uh,
Korean, Japanese. Like it's a bunch
yeah,
of.
okay.
It's a composite.
Yeah, if I was gonna say a French co-production, I always really liked Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Very few people remember that one today,
I
but
forgot that had I forgot that had French connections.
unless I could be wrong, it's been a long time, but I think that was a French one. I know a lot of people like, what was it, Ulysses 31? That was one people like. And then last chance for you guys in chat, last one that was sent in ahead of time was, do we think Ghost Game having issues is due to it being episodic, or could it have worked that way? I think we've clarified this before. The issue isn't that it's
Yeah.
episodic. It's
No,
that
not
it's
at all.
like, here's the thing. It's the 30th anniversary of Batman the Animated Series. That's episodic as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone still loves it. The issue with Ghost
Mm-hmm.
Game is it's not that it's episodic, it's that it's episodic done poorly.
Yeah, every so often it tries to convince us that it's not episodic
And then it
and
fucks off an
falls on
episode
its
later.
face.
Yeah.
Everything every serialized element of Ghost Game either gets completely forgotten about or revisited 2 episodes later with a nothing ending. There's no satisfying payoffs to any recurring elements we've had so far.
I mean, remember the setup of the episode was that Gamamon had some mysterious dark Digimon evolution that we're gonna find out about, and it's
And we never saw anything ever again.
No, here's the stupid part. At this point, I believe we are officially at the point with the next episode. There has been more episodes since we've seen Galoose than there was from Galoose to the first episode.
We're already past that point. We might be not past. We're past the. We're getting close to past the point of beginning a series to the last time we've seen Galoose.
Yeah, because I think the last time we saw him was 20, wasn't it?
20 or 21, yeah.
Okay, so we're almost there then. Yeah, but yeah.
We're really close, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I don't mean like, oh, we haven't seen him in a fulfilling way. We functionally have not. There's been vague mentions at time, but nothing of substance.
We've gotten the threat of Galoose before, which helps inform episodes. Like it's an interesting.
Colors.
There's an interesting conflict going on with Gamamon when that happens, when there's this threat of it, but we haven't gotten it in I checked, it's 21, so 20 episodes since we've gotten Galoose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get some if they're gonna pretend that there are serialized elements, we need to have some payoffs to these every once in a while.
Beyond just the next episode having Espimon clarify that he's just a moron.
Yeah, satisfying
Yes.
payoffs.
AR, what have you been up to and what do you plan on doing?
I made a meme over the weekend. I'm also slowly getting through the Tumblr inbox, getting some questions about that, or answering questions about that. And when I get those done, you can find them on Tumblr, firstagent.tumblr.com, or my Twitter, firstagentarp.
Dev, what Wikimon article would you like people to take a look at?
Tobu Catmon, because he is a good kitty.
Of course.
Good kitty, but not relevant kitty.
A kitty is a kitty.
I honestly had to think if that actually was the first appearance of it, because like it's one of those where it's like it must have been. Nope.
No.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, here's a fun and interesting design. We're never going to use it for anything ever again.
Yeah.
Surprise!
I mean, that's what they did pretty much for half of the Digimon Cross Wars, so
To be fair, we're starting to see them more often.
yeah.
And then I can be found at With the Wills always. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you everyone for showing up. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.